Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Draft Viewer. I'm Ian Duke. With me is Antonino De Rosa from Team Pantheon. Now, earlier today, we got to see Brian Branduin and Kentaro Yamamoto and walk you through those drafts. Antonino was actually at that very same draft pod, and he's going to walk us through his draft to show you another angle of that here. So why don't we take a look at the first pack here. Antonino, what stood out to you in this pack? What were you deciding between, and ultimately, what did you go with?
All right, so the cards that I think are first pick quality are the Untitled. The Foul Emissary is really good. The Scavenger is decent. Prey Upon, and the Lurker. I try to stay away from black in this format. I kind of like the teamer colors. So I kind of went with what I thought was the most powerful card, which was the Lurker. It kind of stinks to take a gold card first, but it's in 2 of the 3 colors that I like. So I felt that it was okay to take. And I'm hoping that the people next to me will take the 2 black cards and not take Prey Upon or Foul Emissary.
That makes a lot of sense. One question about Lashweed Lurker. This is an emerge card.
Yep.
Do you feel like you need to build around it at this point in the draft? Are you looking for things like the Foul Emissary maybe to come back around?
So I think it's very important to build around it, but they made it really easy on us. There's a lot of creatures that just work naturally with emerge. I've had decks in practice where I even had 6 or 7 emerge guys and was totally fine deck.
So at this point, you're looking for things to go with it, but feeling pretty confident that you'll find them.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Very cool. Let's take a look at pick 2 here.
All right, so here, so there's Galvanic Bombardment. That's obviously one of the better cards in this pack, but I already have a green-blue card. There's a Griff, which goes with my strategy. But I think the Stag is the card that I took. It's, I think it's just a better card than the Griff. Not by much, though. It's no Flametongue Kavu or Necrotol, but it's, I would say, underperforms after you read it, because it looks really good, but it's still decent enough to take.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Very good. Let's take a look at pack 3 and see where we're headed here.
So here, the 3 cards I consider are the Maniac, the Foul Emissary, and Ingenious Scab. I think Ingenious Scab is more of a blue-red card. Also, the Holler is actually really good as well. But since I already had one emerge guy at the Stag, that's kind of utility creature, I felt that taking a Foul Emissary was the right pick. Also, I already passed the Foul Emissary, so I kind of don't want people taking the emerge creatures, so I took that over that because I kind of wanted to cut emerge.
Right, you're kind of cutting the strategy rather than the colors in a way. Do you think that first, the pack 1, do you think the Foul Emissary there had any chance of coming back, or is that a really long shot?
I think it could come back, but if people know how good emerge is, then it won't come back.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. Let's move on to pick 4 here.
Okay, so here, this is probably my toughest pick of the draft. I think Dragonthor is probably the best blue common, but I wanted to cut this emerge thing. I just want to try to get more emerge guys later. So I took Foul Emissary again. Looking back, maybe that was wrong, but that was what I was thinking while I was drafting.
So it was partially for the strength in your deck, but also partially to signal and make sure no one else was moving in.
I didn't want anybody else to take emerge guys.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I don't know, if I were you, I'd be feeling pretty good at this point. Having a strong emerge creature and 2 emerge build-arounds really gives you a good direction to take your deck. So on to pack 5.
So here I got the perfect card. I already have 2 Foul Emissaries. So there's Griff. The only other card that I could take is the Fogwalker, which is not bad in that type of deck, but I just went with Griff.
Awesome. Yeah, looks like a great pickup. Check out pick 6, please.
All right. You can go different ways. The 2 cards, you could try to take inventory and try to hope to get 3 so you can play them. Not many people like Chilling Grasp. I kind of dig it, but on our team, not many people like that. Spontaneous Mutation is the other card that I considered, but I feel that those are easy to get later, so I took Chilling Grasp.
Okay, very nice. Now, are you looking at the Madness here and thinking that's something you want to build around, or are you just happy to play this card in any deck?
If for some reason I can Madness, that's nice, but it costs even more with Madness, so it's tough to Madness out.
Great. On to the next.
This one, once again, was pretty easy. The 0-2, I consider the 2-1 sometimes, only because blue-green sometimes has trouble getting to Delirium, and that guy is a great Delirium creature to get to that, but One toughness is pretty bad in this format. You kind of want to stay away from that. So I just took the 0-2.
And how strong is this card overall? Is this mostly a build around for your deck? Or?
I always play it. I'm not happy. I mean, I have 3 in my deck. I always play it, and I'm always glad I have it.
Cool. Let's check out pick 8.
So here, once again, there's this card. I tried this out a few times in practice draft. It's not very good, so don't play it. But I just took the Woodland Patrol. There's also some weird synergies with humans. So the 0-2, the Maniac guy, he's a human. This guy's a human. So just to have some humans, it could be good for the 3rd pack.
Cool. So we're going to whiz past the rest of the pack, I think, and take a look at your pack 1 picks. Anything notable here? Is this mostly just rounding out the chaff at the end?
The Spider, I could play it against, if I'm playing against a blue-white flyer deck. That's about it.
Cool. On to pack 2. So this is pack 2, pick 1 coming up here in just a moment.
Okay, so here, I don't have any 2-drops in the first pack. So Wharf Infiltrator was kind of like the easy pick. Both of these cards, Bloodblare and the Scarecrow, they're both very strong. The 2-3 is particularly strong with Emerge and Clues in general. So I think this card is a lot better than people give it credit to.
But Wharf Infiltrator is just great, right?
Infiltrator is just a great card. I took that.
Awesome. Really good addition to the deck. And on to pack 2, pick 2.
Okay, this seemed also another easy pick. I took the Griff. I considered for a second the 3-3 only because it's an artifact, but that was it.
And there was another Emrakul's influence here. Is there any amount of Emerge that would make you play this card, or is it just something you want to stay away from?
I try to stay away from that card altogether.
Okay, cool. Pick 3.
Okay, so the cards I consider were the Hemlock Captain, just because I only had 1 2-drop. The Fog Walter I considered for a second, but Dragonthor is just the best common, the blue common, so I took that.
Excellent. Seems like a really good addition to your deck as well.
So here, my only consideration were the Cultist and Evolution. I never cast Evolution, so I kind of wanted to stay away. But I wouldn't be surprised if you tell me that was a bad pick. But I just try to stay with the more consistent stuff.
But maybe if this was like an FNM or something on Magic Online, you'd try this out?
I would definitely take that if it was a Magic Online, and I would definitely take that if it was a practice draft.
Cool. Taking a look at the next.
Here, once again, I mean, there's a Creeper for a 2-drop, and the only card I thought that I could play was Inline Maniac, so I took that.
Okay, seems pretty straightforward.
All right, so I took here a second Grasp, but this Grizzled Angler, I'm told, is really good.
Yeah, I've had good experiences with this card. It seems like it could fit in a deck with a lot of colorless creatures like yours.
My teammates say it's really good, but the one time I did have it, it wasn't very good for me. So I kind of I think I could play a second one of these, so I just took that.
Yeah, just a little more consistent, perhaps. Very nice. And pick 7.
Well, I was really happy with this pick. I needed 2-drops, and Nose Constrictor is very good.
That seems awfully late to see a Noose Constrictor. That's pretty unusual, right?
Yeah. Also, One Mongrel is one of my all-time favorite Magic cards.
Definitely.
So I took Nose Constrictor here.
Awesome. So I think we're going to zip through to the end of pack 2. Look at all your picks here. Anything else standing out to you that you want to comment on?
Spontaneous Mutation is a really good sideboard card. I try to take 1 or 2 Primal Druids just in case you open like a bomb card from like another color. Then you can play like, let's say 1 Plains and Primal Druids to be able to go get your Plains. Like, keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. And let's go into the Shadows over Innistrad pack. Pick 3 here. Pack 3, rather.
So I thought my deck was really good after pack 2. Here, this is where things kind of go downhill. The only 2 cards, I'm trying to stay away from cards that aren't in my colors. So I just picked the 4/5. I didn't have any 5-drops other than the Stag, but it's not exciting taking that first pick.
Definitely agree, yep. On to pick 2.
Yep, pick 2 is when I start getting a little sad. Obviously there's 2 awesome, I don't know if that was 2 awesome black rares. And then I took Aim High, but you could take the 3/3 because of that human synergy I was talking about. A lot of the blue and green guys are humans, but I took Aim High because I didn't have any tricks.
Okay, makes sense. And are you happy to add tricks usually to a blue-green deck? Or?
Yeah, they're normally good.
Okay, excellent.
So I didn't get any first picks in the first pack, a second pack, but I was rewarded with a third pick, Tireless
Wow.
Tracker. This card is bonkers, so I took that. If that wasn't there, Rapid Bite is also really, really good.
Yeah, easy windmill slam though. That's excellent. Great pickup for you. Let's check out pick 4.
Here, I felt there was the only 2 cards I could play is Press for Answer, Confront the Unknown, but I already have 2 grasps, so I took Confront the Unknown.
Okay.
Also works well with your tracker.
Any consideration to like Kessig Dire Swine just being a big creature, or some more
You
delirium
can get
themed
plenty
cards?
of those guys later, I think.
Sure. Okay, cool.
So here, nothing too exciting. The only card in my colors that I could consider playing is Watcher of the Web. It's more of a sideboard card, in my opinion, so I took that again.
Okay.
Here, this is weird. You could take a root out to maybe have it in your sideboard. I kind of cut the Compulsion. It's something I normally don't like to do is cut cards, but I just felt that card is just way better than this one. So
yeah, it looks like this pack was basically a miss for you, right?
Yep.
Now, were you nervous at all at this point, or you're feeling pretty good about what you had so far?
I had like 19 playables going in the pack 3, so I mean it stinks, but whatever happens.
Okay. Take a look at the next.
All right, here I considered the Swine and the Might Behind reason. I only had 2 combat tricks, so I took the Might Behind reason. I like this card more than most people, I think. But be careful when you play with it, especially against other blue decks. It can be really bad.
Is this a card you usually start in your main deck?
Yeah, I started it this time as well.
Cool.
All right, so this was, I guess, one of the last interesting picks. So I could take the Swan and have a 6-drop, which I didn't have at the time. I could take the Counter Spell, which sometimes is good. But I had 6 come into play abilities in my deck already. I had the Maniacs and the Foul Emissary and the Stag. So I took Essence Flux. Be careful when you play at home. It does not work with the big Eldrazi's.
But you had enough other enter the battlefield effects that it was
6,
worth it.
so
there.
I played
Very
it.
cool. And did you end up main decking this as well?
I did main deck it.
Awesome. That's very cool to see. So we're going to zip forward to the end of pack 3.
Yep.
Anything else stand out here you want to comment on?
No, it's just, my pack 3 was kind of weak, but
But you had an awesome pack 1
I had
and
a
2.
pack 1 and 2.
So how are you feeling about your deck after the draft?
My deck was good. I thought that with a little bit of luck, I could 3 with some bad luck, maybe 2-1, so we'll see.
Okay, and how are you doing so far?
1-1.
1-1. All right, so still one more round to go. Thanks for walking us
All
through.
right,
I'm Ian Duke, with me, Antonino De Rosa, signing off from the Draft Viewer.